माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुग भक्तिदा श्रीगौरकरुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धाप सिद्धांतध्वान्तहारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace Bhakti Sidhantha Saraswati, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. I offer my respectful obeisances Sri Varsabhanami Devi Daitadas, another name of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, who is favored by Srimati Radharani and who is the ocean of transcendental mercy and the deliverer of the science of Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the personified energy of Sri Chaitanya's mercy, who deliver devotional service, which is enriched with conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, coming exactly in the line of revelation of Srila Rupa Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are the personified teachings of Lord Chaitanya. You are the deliverer of the fallen souls. You do not tolerate any statement which is against the teachings of devotional service enunciated by Srila Rupa Goswami. Hare Krishna. So, we are celebrating the 150th birth anniversary of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ji. And on that occasion, today I am being very fortunate. We invited by all of you, devotees from Scone, New Jersey, to speak something about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his life lessons from his instructions, his teachings, his actions. So I find myself completely unfit, unqualified to even understand such a great soul who is an incarnation, actually, Satyavesa Avatara. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is called a ray of Vishnu because why there is a book also written by someone on the life of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and you all must be aware about that book. The name of the book itself is A Ray of Vishnu. And how this story goes is like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ji, father Bhakti Vinod Thakur ji. So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to pray to Lord Jagannath when he was district magistrate in Jagannath Puri. So he would pray to Lord Jagannath that kindly send me someone who is your personal companion, who is your very close, the person who is very close to you, kindly send me him, who will help me to spread your mission. And because he said that I am always busy in so many things and I am growing old also. So then I'm incapable alone to spread. So then Lord Jagannath appeared in his dream and he said, you know, one day Lord Jagannath said that I had sent you not to take care of the government service and all these things. I had sent you to establish my mission. And you are busy in doing so many things. So why you are not focusing on that? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that what can I do? Alone I cannot do this. So kindly send me someone who is very powerful, who can help me in doing that. So Krishna, Lord Jagannath, told him to go and pray to Bimla Devi. In the Jagannath temple, there is another temple, Bimla Devi temple, in one corner. And Lord Jagannath told him that if you pray to Bimla Devi, then he will help you. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur ji went to Bimla Devi and he prayed to her that kindly send someone who is empowered to preach Lord Chaitanya's teachings. And by the blessing of Bimla Devi, he received Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur as his son. You know. So here his name is mentioned, Bhanavi Devi Daita Das. Of course, he is famous with the name Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That is his famous name. But when he was initiated by Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, at that time his initiation name was Sri Bhanavi Devi Dait Das. So very few people know this, that his Diksha name is Sri Bhanavi Devi Dait Das. So he was favored by Srimati Radharani. And uh, the deliverer of the science of Krishna. Krishna Sambandh Vigyan, Daine Prabhave Nama. He gave us the practical application process, how we can apply practically knowledge as well as its practical application in day-to-day life. So today we remember him, we pay our humble obeisances to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He's such a great soul, he's an empowered incarnation, a ray of Vishnu. So what can, such a great soul, how can I glorify? I find myself totally incompetent. And therefore, I beg the mercy of all the Vaishnavas, our spiritual master, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, will kindly bless me so that I can try to glorify him. And in that way, I can purify myself. So there are two books written on this topic. Which I have come across so far. One is A Ray of Vishnu, which is translated by, in English by Rupa Vilas Das, Rupa Vilas Prabhu. And The second book is written by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. That's a much detailed book with thorough research on his life. You all can read both these books whenever you find time. At least this year we should read these two books. 1 year lecture I can give only glimpses of few important incidences. But if you want to know in detail about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then kindly go through these two books. And this is a year when we should, you know, read these two books because this is 150th anniversary of appearance anniversary of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ji. So, noteworthy events. I will go in. Of course, this slide has this whole presentation has got almost 120 slides, but in another 40, 30 minutes, I will not be able to cover the entire slide. So, few aspects I will be explaining. So, chronology. I will take the chronology that which year what incidents took place, important incidents in his life, and from that we can may learn some lesson from his life. So 6th February 1874, you know, that was the year when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared on this earth. You know, so in that year it was 6th February, but this year it is 29th February. So according to the Vaishnava calendar or Vedic calendar, today is his birthday. But if we take from English calendar, then it is 6th February 1874. So 6th February. So 1874 to 2024, it becomes 150 years. And then he left this world, disappeared on 1st January 1937. So he lived in this world. From this we can understand he lived in this world for 63 years. You know, and in 63 years he did the work service of maybe we cannot do even in many lifetimes what he did in just 63 years. And personally, when I see. So he appeared in Puri, Jagannath Puri. All of you must have visited his birthplace in Jagannath Puri. Uh, it is just near Jagannath Temple. In the left side, when you come out of Jagannath Temple and proceed towards the Gundicha Temple, that Rath Yatra path, then on the left side there is a Gaudiya Math, almost maybe 200, 300 meters if you go in that direction, then left side there is a Gaudiya Math. That was the place, there is a temple where Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared. So, and the significant point was that his umbilical cord wrapped around the neck as if this sacred thread. So by birth he was wearing sacred thread. That's what it was interpreted by this great personality, great people, that is the sign that he's a great personality. He had a sacred thread from the birth in the form of umbilical cord. And then when he was 5 months old, we all know that in July month there is Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri. In February he took birth, and in July there was Rath Yatra. So almost 5 month gap. After 5 months there was Rath Yatra, first Rath Yatra of his life. And what happened that when the Lord Jagannath Ratha came in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's residential quarter, the Ratha is stopped there, stood for, someone says, maybe 2 to 3 days, and nobody knew why the Lord Jagannath Ratha is not going ahead. They tried to pull it by elephants and all these big, you know, elephants, but still it was not moving. So nobody knew why it is not moving. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ji thought that this is the opportunity to bring Bimla Prasad. His birth name was Bimla Prasad, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave this name Bimla Prasad because he was he got him as a son by the blessing of Bimla Devi, who is another form of Parvati. His name is Parvati Devi, the consort of Lord Shiva. She is known as Bimla Devi. So, on the name of Bimla Devi, he put the name Bimla Prasad. Prasad means mercy, and Bimla means Bimla Devi. So by Bimla Devi's mercy, he got him. Therefore, he put his name Bimla Prasad. So, Bimla Prasad, the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur brought Bimla Prasad to the Jagannath Ratha. And what happened? As soon as he put the Bimla Prasad at the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath, the garland of Lord Jagannath broke and fell down on Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, or maybe Bimla Prasad. Yeah, Bimla Prasad. And that was a sign that Bimla Prasad had a very great relationship, very confidential associate of Lord Jagannath. So that was one of the incidents. Then when he was 10 months old, he was taken to Ranaghat, Bengal, where he spent his infancy. His childhood was spent in Ranaghat, that is near Mayapur in Bengal. And when he was 2 to 3 years old, the one incident happened. You all must be knowing about that. That Bhaktivinoda Thakur had brought mangoes, new fresh mangoes, ripened mangoes, and it was not offered to the Lord yet. And being a child, a 2 to 3 year old child, Bhakti Sidhantha, Bimla Prasad could not understand the importance at that time. Somehow he forgot, and he ate one of the mangoes. When he took and he was eating, that time Bhaktivinoda Thakur came, and told him that, what is this, the mangoes are not yet offered to the Lord and you are eating. So this is not good. Everything should be first offered to the Lord and then we should eat. And he chastised, Bimla Prasad. And from that day, Bimla Prasad took a vow that he will not eat mango throughout his whole life. And he never ate mango throughout his whole life. Whenever someone would bring mango in front of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he would simply say that I am an offender to the Lord, and therefore I will not eat mango. I have taken a vow. So this shows that how serious personality he was from even 2 to 3 year old child, good age. He was so serious, and that level of seriousness, at least I have not got even after, spending so many years, even Krishna consciousness. At least I don't have that much seriousness. And when I was reading this, I thought that, wow, what a serious person. What he is teaching us by his example. Somebody said, if he is Saktavesa avatar, how he can forget to offer mango, and without offered, how he can take unoffered mango? If he's no, he is just doing, these great souls, they do all these things just to teach us by their example that how serious we should be in following the principles of devotional service. Like if some mistake happens, we should take it very seriously and take it a great vow, you know, to not do it, repeat it again. mm. So he was very serious from the childhood, and we get a lesson from this, that how serious, and we, not only for us, but also like many time we see the Grihastha devotees, for them also this is a great lesson, how we should train our children, how we should educate our children, that even small matters they take seriously in Krishna consciousness. Because Srimad Bhagavatam says that, if one cannot deliver one's children from the cycle of birth and death, then one should not become father and mother. Of course, it's not in our one's hand, but at least we should. If we are giving birth to the children, being a grihastha, that's very good, but then it's a responsibility actually that we should give our best to ensure that they become a devotee, they become Krishna conscious, they go back to Godhead. So if they do some mistakes from the childhood, one thing is that we should teach them by our own example. At the same time, if they do some mistake, we should correct them properly. Let them know the importance of regulatory principles like honoring, offering prasadam and all these things, how important it is. So that is the message we get here. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that he corrected his son, he chastised practically. When he saw that his father is so serious about these small things also, and therefore he took it seriously. When Bhakti Siddhanta Bimla Prasad was 7 years old, 1881, so he was initiated by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur into worship of a Kurma Sila. So there was some construction work going on in Calcutta, I think. And while excavation was going on, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur received a deity of Kurma, Kurma Sila. And not deity, but it was Sila, Saligram Sila, while excavating the earth. And that Sila, Kurma Sila, he gave to Vimla Prasad, his son, to worship. So Vimla Prasad started worshipping the deity from the age of 7 years. And at the same day, same time year, he gave him Nrsimha mantra to recite. And he also gave him Mahamantra, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra on beats when he was, Vimla Prasad was 7 years old. So all together, this whole incident signifying his formal entry into Vaishnavism at the age of 7 in 1881. So that was the one significant thing which happened, and it was through Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his father. So then in 1884, when Bimla Prasad was 10 years old, 10 years old, after 10 years, he became Bhakti Sidhantha Saraswati. So till 10 years, that's why now I was using the name Bimla Prasad, Bimla Prasad, Bimla Prasad. But since now onwards, I will tell Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So he was awarded the title Sri Siddhanta Saraswati when he was 10 years old. For what? No? For his excellence in astronomical studies. He has written so many books. It's very difficult. I tried to once go through those books. His Holiness Danvir Goswami Maharaj has translated those books in English. And I was going through it was so difficult, although I have some scientific background. It's so difficult to grasp. So at the even age of 10, you see, he was very expert he was so intelligent. When Srila Prabhupada used to say that when my Guru Maharaj, he was so expert so intelligent, when he would speak in or write something in English, even the people from British Britishers also they need dictionary to understand his writings. He was so intelligent, so expert. So astronomy, especially in the field of astronomy, he has written many books, researches, and that's why he was awarded the title Sri Sidhantha Saraswati. Began translating books on Jyotish, astrology, and writing articles on astrology and religious topics when he was 10 years old. So he formed a Chir Kumar Sabha, or Chir Kumar Sabha means the assembly of young boys who are celibate or who want to remain whole life celibates. That's why assembly of celibates. So based on this only we in Delhi here also we have a sabha for our youth preaching. We name it Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Sabha. No? Bhakti Siddhant Sabha. Those youth here in Delhi they want to remain celibate throughout their life. So we brought them in one sabha and we named that sabha Bhakti Siddhant Sabha because he was the one who started this forum. Then when he was 18-year old, that is in 1892, he completed his high school and then he entered in college. And he took admission in Sanskrit College in Calcutta. When he was 21-year old, he quit the college. So 3 years he studied in the college, but then he quit the college because he found that uh, as an obstacle to his spiritual life because his more focus was to spread Krishna consciousness. So he wanted to do some studies, some more research in the field of spirituality. And if he goes, because the time is limited, and either you grow materially or grow spiritually. So he decided that academic growth will, once he goes in that direction, then he has to give significant amount of time and energy for academic study and academic performance and all these things. So his duties, spiritual duties will be get neglected. That's why he quit college. And from 1895 to 1905, he was employed by the kings of Tripura. For 10 years, he was employed in Tripura. He spent his days in Tripura for 10 years. And he was doing job there. And during that time also, he was using his time to study the books on Vedic literatures and various other books to strengthen, to prepare himself for the preaching mission. So that was the main goal here, because there in King's Palace there was a library, and he used to read many various books to acquire more and more knowledge on various subjects, so that when he comes out from there, he can focus on preaching and spreading Krishna consciousness more and more. So that what 10-year period. And during that time, parallelly he did establish Saraswat Chatuspati, an academy of astronomy, and began observing Chaturmasya. So that was at the age of 23. Chaturmasya, like there are 4 months of austerity period started. In 1899, when he was 25 years old, he published and edited articles in Nivedan magazine. Early 1900, when he was 26 years old, he was initiated by Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So this is very significant, his initiation, and how he got initiated also was a very nice story that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him that you go and get initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So when he went to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, that time Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was living in Navadvip. So he went there and Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he told him that uh, I, I want to accept you as my spiritual master. Kindly accept me as your disciple. So then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj refused. He says, you are so educated, so intelligent, so competent boy. I am uneducated, illiterate fellow. So I am not qualified to become your spiritual master. You know. So kindly do not take initiation from me. Because Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he had taken a vow not to initiate anyone. He didn't want to become guru. We see many people, they are so eager, enthusiastic to become guru. You know. Of course, we have to become guru for preaching Krishna consciousness. But at the same time, we also see that sometimes many people, you know, they are so eager to become guru just for the sake of popularity, getting name and fame, and getting so many followers. You know, like Lord Chaitanya says, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitamba jagdish kame, mama janmani janmanisware bhavatat bhakti hetuki toi. So I don't want dhanam, janam. Janam means followers. You know. How many followers one has got, people think that person is that much great, isn't it? No? How many disciples you have made, that great you are. No. We have our many acharyas in our line of disciplic succession who didn't had any disciples, but still they are great devotees. Like Loknath Goswami, he had only one disciple, Srila Das Thakur. And that also he was not ready to initiate. You know, he was not ready to initiate him. He said, I have taken a vow, I will not make any disciple. And then we have Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. They were not after making so many disciples, unfit disciples. So similarly, Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he refused. No, I cannot make any disciple. I am not qualified. So Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur came back to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur asked him, what happened? So he said, Bhakti, he said that Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj has rejected. He said he is not qualified to initiate. I am very intelligent, competent. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur was very upset. He said, why did you come back? Why did you come back? If he will not, he refused, then he should have given up your life, given up your life. You know? But he should not have come back, returned. So go, and unless you get initiation from him, do not come back home. And therefore, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur went back again, and he was waiting and waiting. So then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj saw him that he is very eager for initiation. But then he was genuinely humble also, and he was testing also in the second, in other sense. So he said that, no, why are you, creating trouble for me? Why are you standing here? Go, get out of here. No, I told you I will not give you initiation. Then he says, Karuna na hile kadiya, prana na rakhi buar, Gurudev, Kripa bindu diya koro idase, prana pe khati hu. That if you don't give your mercy, I will give up my life, but I will not go back. Either I will get you as my special, I will not go back. Then Gaur Kishore Das Baji Maharaj told, okay, I will ask Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if he allows me, then only I can give you initiation. But don't create trouble for me. Go from here. Then after some day, then after a few days, Bhakti San Thakur again asked, what happened? What did Lord Chaitanya say? He said, I forgot to ask. I forgot to ask. So he was just testing the patience. Nowadays we see devotee, Guru says, give some, I will, you prepare yourself, then they, okay, if you don't give initiation, I will take from some other Guru. If I don't get initiation in ISKCON, I will go to some other organization and I will get a Guru. you know. And many places getting Guru is very cheap. Don't have to follow any standards. Like there are many, just pay some money and then you get a Guru. You know. So that's not the process. The Guru must test the disciple, and disciple should be ready to pass the test. Because if you, Srila Prabhupada said, you want diamond, then if you want diamond, then you must be ready to pay the price. If you want real diamond. But if you want fake diamond, then you will get in a cheap price. So Srila Prabhupada said that we don't want cheap people, cheap publicity, big number. We want quality. And those who are serious, they will be ready to pay the price. So that's what. Then after some time, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj saw that Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur was very, very serious, very, very dedicated to get initiation from him, very eager to get initiation from him. Then he agreed, okay, I will give you initiation. So at, at the age of 26 years, in 1900, he was initiated by Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and he was given the name Visvabhanu Devi, Visvabhanu Devi Dait Das. Sri Varsabhanavi Devi Dait Das. Varsabhanavi Devi is the name of Srimati Radharani, because she is the daughter of Visvabhanu Maharaj. His father, her father name is Maharaj Visvabhanu. So therefore, Varsabhanavi Devi, Dait Das. And Dait means the confidential associates. So that name was given to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. In the same year, when he was 26-year-old, he published a magazine, Bange Samajikata. Then in March 1901, when he was 27 years old, he went to Puri. He accompanied Bhakti Vinod Thakur to Puri, and there spent much time over the next few years engaged in deep study and bhajan. And early 1905, when he was 31 years old, he toured South India. He visited holy places, meeting with scholars and religious personalities and conducting research. That's why all the places of pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in South India, wherever Lord Chaitanya went, those all places were uh, researched and re-established by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur under the guidance of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was the one who found out that still today, if you go in South India, many places there are there are there are uh, footprints of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which was established by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So he did a lot of service in this regard to preserve those places of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes where Lord Chaitanya visited. Even he wrote in his books also, especially Chaitanya Charitamrita commentary, he highlighted those places. And he met with the scholars there in South India, various religious personalities. He tried to make relationship with them so that he can, you know, he can let them know that, because at that time the Gaudiya Sampradaya was almost disappeared. Very, very few people were knowing. It was somewhere in only in Bengal to some extent, and that also not well known. But then great scholars will not noticing, paying attention too much, taking too much seriously this Gaudiya Sampradaya, because great scholar, it was not presented as in a scholarly manner. Mostly it was presented as a sentimental way. It was not presented in a scholarly way. So that's why the scholars would not take it seriously, would not recommend people. But then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was very intelligent, that's why we need intelligent people also, not only sentimental people in our society, ISKCON, who go through the scriptures, not only just we are chant and dance. Of course, that is the only goal, final. But for the preaching mission to establish, to attract people, capable people, intelligent people to our movement, we must present our philosophy also in an authorized manner, in a logical manner, in a systematic manner, in an organized manner. So that requires intelligence. That's why Srila Prabhupada said that how this movement will go for next 10,000 years. He says by organization and intelligence, not only simply devotional sentiments. We must have intelligent people and they should invest their intelligence sufficiently to study the literatures and we can present it very, you know, attractive and scientific way to the audience. Then only the intelligent people will get attracted to it and they will become devotees. So he did that. He tried to establish Gaudiya Vaishnavism in South India also. Then this was a crucial period from the age 31 to 40 years, for 10 years, from 1905 to 1914. He took a vow, what was the vow? 100 crores Sat Koti Nama Yagya. 100 crores name. I will take 1 billion names, in 10 years. That comes to 3 lakh names or 192 rounds daily. So for 10 years, he took a vow that I will chant every day 192 rounds in the footstep, following in the footsteps of Srila Haridas Thakur Namacharya. And he did that, for 10 years every day. You know how difficult it is to chant for us 16 rounds every day. We struggle, isn't it? And if someone says you have to chant every day 192 rounds, what we say? It's not possible. But then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur chanted daily 192 rounds for 10 years. And that's where he got a lot of spiritual power. So what he's teaching from this, of his activity, this activity of his life, he's teaching all of us tapasya. That we want to get something very, very important in spiritual life, in Krishna consciousness, if you want to achieve something significant in Krishna consciousness, then it doesn't come simply by time pass bhakti. We must be ready to extend ourselves uh, to the extent, like to some extent, we should extend, you know, and do some austerity, do some tapasya, penance. So he was chanting 192 rounds daily. We may take a vow that at least once a month I will chant 192 rounds, isn't it? Or at least 64 rounds once a month, maybe on some holidays. No, there are 4 holidays, Sundays in a month. Maybe one Sunday I will dedicate to chant extra rounds, maybe 64 rounds. Or from there we can begin, and maybe uh, we should wait that when that day will come, that I will also be able to chant more rounds. People say we are very busy. You know, I'm busy in this, I'm busy in that. So, certainly, but then we also have to see that we have to cross over this cycle of birth and death. You know, the uh, this cycle. If you want to cross over, then we have to take Krishna consciousness very seriously. If you chant only 16 rounds, then what will happen? 16 rounds chanting will become very difficult. But sometimes we should chant extra rounds, 64 rounds. Actually, Prabhupada wanted ISKCON devotee to chant 64 rounds in the beginning. But then devotee were not very eager, because for them chanting so much is difficult. So then he reduced to 16. But his heartly desire was that we should chant 64 rounds daily. So we should plan our life in such a way that at certain stage of our life, maybe at the age of 50 or maybe 55, we should reduce our material responsibilities and gradually increase our spiritual duties, spiritual commitments of chanting more rounds. You know. At certain stage, maybe it depends on individual when his responsibilities will get over. Of course, material responsibilities will never get over. Something comes, one after another. But if we are very serious in spiritual life, then we should plan our life in such a way, that one day we can increase our spiritual practices. So that is the one lesson we can learn from Bhakti Thakur. Then in 1906, he initiated his first disciple. He started initiating. In 1911, when he was 37-year-old, he addressed an extensive gathering on the issue of Brahminical eligibility, his first major public speaking triumph. Again, so Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, who is great? So, even now also today, the caste system in India is so prominent, and people think that because I'm taken birth in Brahmana family, I'm greater than others. And somebody, doesn't matter how intelligent he is, how spiritual he is, if he has taken birth in Sudra family, then they say, oh, he's uh, he, he is not very advanced. They don't give him much importance, much value. So there are many acharyas in our line of disciplic succession who were taken birth not in Brahmana family, in lower caste, but they became great acharyas. Like Bhakti Thakur said, he was not a Brahmana, he was not from Brahminical family. He was in Kayasth family, you know. So there are many. Narottam Das Thakur was also in Kayasth family. So that doesn't matter. Who has taken birth in which family, which caste, doesn't matter. What matters is that how seriously he takes up the spiritual practices, order of the spiritual master, and executes in his life and purifies his consciousness. He becomes pure through practices of Krishna consciousness. Even if Sudra can achieve the position of Brahmana. But then in India, how difficult it is. They say, no, it's not possible. Only Brahmana who has taken birth in the Brahmana family, they are great. Nobody else can become Brahmana. So in this assembly, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, defeated all those so-called, caste Brahmanas. And he established that no, by birth it's not decided. It's decided by guna and karma. Chaturvarne maya srishta guna karma vibhagasa. Krishna says. By guna and karma, the varna is decided, not by birth. So then he defeated them. That was the first public victory for Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. And that's where he became very, very famous after that. Because the casteism, due to casteism, caste problem, caste discrimination, many people were suffering, especially lower caste. Even today, we see. So that when he presented it, he became very popular. In 1912, when he was 38 years old, he fasted for 4 days at Kasim Bazaar Sammilani because he was invited there for giving a speech. And so Prakrit Sahajiya's people, they were not allowing him because they were thinking that if he gives a speech, then nobody will value them. So they didn't allow him to speak for 4 days. And therefore he said that because I have not done my service, I will not eat prasad. So 4 days he fasted because he was not allowed to speak for 4 days. On 5th day he left the Sammelan and he came back to his ashram, and there he personally cooked and then he ate. So for 4 days he fasted there. And then with other devotees he toured places in West Bengal and visited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates in 1912 when he was 38 years old. When he was 39 years old, he rented a large house in Calcutta and established a press at the aforementioned location. In 1904, moved to the press to Mayapur. First printing press was established by Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur to print the large quantity of spiritual literatures, Gaudiya Vaishnava literatures in 1913, and then he shifted it Mayapur. And then now you see, by using this printing press, ISKCON is distributing millions of books all around the world every year. But where it began, it was started by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, this printing press. And when he met Srila Prabhupada at Radhakund, he told me that rather than building big temples, it's better to distribute books. That's why Prabhupada encouraged his followers to distribute more and more books, because that was the instruction he got it from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Brihad Mirdanga. On 7th September 1913, through 14th June 1915, he composed his Anubhasya commentary on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. He gave a commentary, he wrote a commentary on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in 2 years, just like Srila Prabhupada also wrote a commentary on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur also had given his commentary on Chaitanya Charitamrita. In 1918, that is when he was 44 years old, he accepted sannyas with the name Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Same year established Sri Chaitanya Math and the virtue of Sri Guru Gaurang Gandharvika Giridhari in Mayapur. Established the first Bhakti Vinod Ashram at Daulatpur. And on a preaching tour headed for Jagannath Puri, established Bhakti Vinod Ashram at Kaumar, Mayurbhanj. Established a Bhakti Vinod Ashram at Ulta Dingi Junction and reintroduced Vaishnava Shraddha and preaching tour in Jessore and Khulna. So in that he did it. And in 1919, that is when he was 45 years old, that time he re-established the Vishwa Vaishnava Rajya Sabha. which was started by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he held the first Gaur Purnima festival at Sri Chaitanya Math in Mayapur, which ISKCON today celebrates every year. Devotees from all over the world, they come to Mayapur. So that he did in when he was 45 years old in 1990. That is the first Gaur Purnima festival. And like that, he established a Bhakti Vinod Asan at Ram Jivanapura, oversaw the annual Tirubhav Mahotsav for Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur being held for the first time at Swanand Sukhand Kunj, and there had installed a deity of him. So in 1919 only, in Swanand Sukhand Kunj Swarupganj near Mayapur, we visit. There he established deity of Bhakti Vinod Thakur and his worship started. And undertook a preaching tour in East Bengal directly after devastating cyclone. Then, when he was 46 years old, in February, March 2000, 1920, he reintroduced Navadvip Dham Parikrama, which was started by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but then it was stopped. So he restarted, Navadvip Dham Parikrama. And he established deities at Calcutta, Bhaktivinoda Asan, and renamed at Sri Gaudiya Math. In 1920, he also worked intensively on Vaishnava Manjusa, and Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava Encyclopedia he prepared. He inducted his first sannyasi, Srimad Bhakti Pradeep Tirth Maharaj, first sannyasi disciple in 1920. And in 1921, published Acharya, O Acharya, causing a shock to so-called Vaishnavas, conducting business in the name of religion. In a series of lectures in Dhaka, explained the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam in 30 ways. One sloka he explained in 30, he gave 30 meanings of one sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto Srimad Bhagavatam, first sloka. He was so scholarly. Even he was 48 years old, he established Sri Purushottam Math in Puri and launched the Gaudiya magazine. And first time he met Srila Prabhupada, in 1928, when 22, when he was 48 years old. So these were the few incidences of his life. I will stop here. The time is up. And if some questions, if you wish, then I can take. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for wonderful class with the detailed instructions. Go ahead, Satyabhama, got a question, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, this is Madhuri Mataji. Dandat Pranam to everybody. Prabhuji, I've just returned from Vrindavan and I saw a board at Radha Shyam Sundar saying different sampradayas. So Brahma Sampradaya was different, Gaudiya Sampradaya was different, Madhva Sampradaya was different, and then Shyamanandi Sampradaya was different, whereas ours is Brahma, Gaudiya, Madhva Sampradaya. So can you just elaborate on this, Prabhuji, please?
Yeah, there are 4 sampradayas, authorized sampradayas. Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, and Rudra Sampradaya. There are 4 sampradayas. Originally, the Lord spoke to Lakshmi ji, the knowledge, and that's where Sri Sampradaya came. And then Lakshmi ji spoke to Narad, and then Narad. So Sri Sampradaya is mostly Ramanujacharya, later on became Acharya of Sri Sampradaya. Then there is Kumar Sampradaya. Then Lord gave the knowledge to 4 Kumaras, sons of Brahma. And then 4 Kumaras spoke to Naradji, and Naradji spoke to further that separate line of parampara. And then third is Rudra Sampradaya. The Supreme Lord Krishna spoke the knowledge to Lord Shiva. And then Lord Shiva spoke to Naradji, and then further a branch of Sampradaya started. One disciplic succession. And the fourth is Brahma Sampradaya. When Lord spoke, gave knowledge to Brahma, and Brahma gave to Narad. So then another disciplic succession is started. So there are four bona fide Vaishnava Sampradaya. There are other Sampradayas also, but for us, like Vaishnava Sampradaya, in that now also then from that one Sampradaya, many branches came. Like in our Gaudiya Sampradaya, there is Gaudiya Math, then ISKCON, then so many other are also there. Very difficult to count and know how many are there, as of today. But from branches, then sub branches, then further branches, then further branches. So like that. So there is like Samanandi Sampradaya. Samanandi Sampradaya is part of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So when Brahma Sampradaya, but the good part is that from all the Sampradaya, Narad Muni is there. So Narad Muni is such a personality that he is the Acharya in all the four Sampradayas, unifying all the four Sampradayas. And even in Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, all the temples, Gaudiya Matha temples, will find all the four Sampradayas. There are little differences in philosophy, depending on the situation, depending on the rasa. But all Sampradayas, the four Vaishnava Sampradayas are bona fide. And Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, later on, for Brahma Sampradaya, Madhvacharya became the Acharya. So therefore it is called Brahma Madhava. And then further from Madhvacharya came later on Madhavendra Puri in the Madhvacharya Sampradaya. And from Madhavendra Puri came Ishwar Puri, and then Ishwar Puri disciple Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became. So then from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu onwards it became Gaudiya Sampradaya. So that's why it called Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. So this briefly I have explained. But if you want to study in detail, then there are many lectures on this topic. Is that clear?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. The Pandit was telling me they are separate, but there are like finer differences. And he was telling me that even though he's from the Madhva Sampradaya, he's coming and, doing service over here in the, I don't know what Sampradaya, there's Shyamanandi Sampradaya. So, but then what you're saying is it's okay as long as Narad Muni is the main person and he's, supervising everything. That's okay.
Yeah.
With
He is in
minor
all
differences. Yeah.
Yeah. So this shows that there is not much difference, because one person is there everywhere.
Yeah, the
And
tilak of Shyamanandi is different, and the
tilak
Madhurya
is
rasa is
different.
different.
There is a story behind that, because Shyamananda Prabhu was studying under the Jeev Goswami guidance. Shyamananda Prabhu, Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur. These three great souls were studying in Vrindavan under the guidance of Srila Jeev Goswami. And then once Shyamananda Prabhu was, sweeping the Seva Kunj, and then suddenly he got a nupur of Srimati Radharani. And then Lalita Sakhi came and asked for the nupur. Then he said that I will give it to the person whom it belongs. And then she took him to Golok Dham, where Radharani was sitting. And Radharani told him to put the nupur on his feet. He put it, and then Radharani gave him name Shyamananda. Earlier his name was Dukhi Krishna Das. And Radharani applied a new tilak. So personally she did that. So then he came out of consciousness and asked Jeev Goswami that this happened. Radharani has given me new tilak and new name. Radharani has reinitiated me. So what should I do? Then he said that continue that. So he started that tilak, and the name Shyamananda both. This detail is mentioned in a book on Shyamanand Prakash.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Anyone else?
Amritanand.
Questions?
Amritanand
Amritanand,
Prabhu.
go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisance for Krishna Gopal.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I'd like to understand the difference between imitate and follow in the footsteps of Vaishnavas.
Yeah, very important point. The general tendency is there in all of us to imitate. Imitate means accepting the symbols of elevated personality, but not imbibing their mood, their behavior. We should accept the mood, the character, and mood and behavior first, and then the dress. Like we are wearing tilak. But if suppose somebody is wearing tilak or wearing kanthi mala, and he goes on a beer shop and drinks beer, so what people will say? So we should follow the instruction, not copy the position. Otherwise, this is called kapat. So everyone has to genuinely scan his own heart, contemplate within, and see that what is my status, what is my label, and he should be genuine, very truthful. Krishna can give mercy to anybody, especially Lord Chaitanya is Patit Pavan. If you are Patit, you are most qualified for his mercy. But if somebody is Patit, but he is saying, oh, I am great, then he will not get mercy of Lord Chaitanya. No? So be as you are. That is more important than copying somebody else just for the sake of prestige, name, fame. That is what I understand. Then you will get the mercy. It doesn't matter how fallen we are. We get the mercy of Lord. But if we imitate, then we will not get mercy.
Very good. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. I have to leave. I have to go to Calcutta now, Mayapur. I'm in Mayapur. And I have a flight at 2 o'clock. So 7 o'clock I have to leave. It was nice to see all of you. And
thank you very much, Sundar Gopal Prabhu. So we'll have you again some other time. So very fortunate to have your association and your valuable time.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank
you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhu left. So Prabhu, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. Sundar Gopal Prabhu is just a wonderful class, wonderful narration about the glories of Srila Bhakti Sidhantha Saraswati Maharaj. So thank you, Sundar Gopal Prabhu. As we are continuing this, the glories, tomorrow is the appearance, actual 150th appearance day of Srila Bhakti Sidhantha Saraswati Maharaj, Simha Guru, the Lion Guru, and the teachings of Srila Bhakti Sidhantha Saraswati Maharaj. That's what is we all have to meditate and imbibe on. For real, Srila Prabhupada was instructing us, nothing but, as always, Srila Prabhupada says that I'm just following my spiritual master, orders of spiritual master, instructions of spiritual master. We all need to, because we are very fortunate that we have some mercy that we are getting through this exalted devotees last few days. Tomorrow is the day we all can come forward, come before Srila Bhakti with Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj and put ourselves and pray and seek mercy from Maharaj so that we can continue and understand this transcendental science. This way we all can further elevate ourselves to the closer to the service of the Supreme Lord. So that's all. We all know that we are just trying. We are just practitioners. We are sadhakas. Don't ever think that we are there, but we are all mercy. Nothing but we are just the mercy of the devotees. So we continue to seek that and pray for that every day. Tomorrow is the day that we can come forward, beg for the mercy of Srila Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. So tomorrow, we request everybody please come early at least by 7 o'clock. So we'll have Gaura Arati. Then 7:30 to 8:15. 8 o'clock we will have glorification and Katha. There'll be a presentation of His Holiness, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. 8:30 we'll have Pushpanjali. Then we'll have Maha Arati for Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Would humbly request everybody please join tomorrow, as this is 150th anniversary. Every other temple, every places. I was just watching Mayapur. It's full day. Today and tomorrow is full of glorification of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. We all can try little bit of ourselves, come forward and offer our obeisances to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. That's our mercy. That's a mercy that we receive. See you all tomorrow, and we'll also have the same on Friday. So please join all these days so that we can meditate and glories of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta.
Friday temple program, Prabhu.
Thursday program, Friday our Zoom program.
Oh, okay. And fasting, right, tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow fasting till noon. It's full fasting. So you can break your fast on 12 o'clock. Then you can break with your regular prasadam. No need of Ekadashi. Okay. Any questions? Anybody has anything else? Okay. So thank you. Then let's conclude. Let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarubhasya.
Vancha kalpatarubhasya kipal sundarbhavacha putitanam pavane bhu Vaishnava bhu namo namah.
की जय
Jai 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 jai.
भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, नरेंद्र गौड़ी वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
Hari Hari. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.